Oh.
Oh, let's do the...
Oh.
Dang, we're going to get demonetized for that. If you want to know what we're talking about, Spotify listeners, go to the YouTube.
This ain't your parents' podcast. Am I a little bit too loud, or am I hearing myself a bit too loud?
Nah, you're sounding good.
Sounding good? What am I?
You're sounding good, I thought.
Sounding good, I thought. This ain't your parents' podcast.
Woo! Welcome to the Sausage Boys podcast. This is the South Coast Poster Child here, aka the mannequin from Newtown. I go by the name of Jackson Grant. And I am here.
I was going to say I'm doing such a great job with that, and then I mess it up.
That's full start over material.
Let's start it over.
Yeah, and that voice is a voice you know and love. That's the Terry Crews of Sydney.
Good evening, folks.
aka the Steamroller. Hey, 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 hey. Corinne Diallo. Pulling up to a station near you. How you doing?
I'm going really good.
I'm going great.
Oh, very nice. I'm very high energy. I feel like I'm really ready for this. You know what I mean?
Week after week, you get more animated.
If I was literally funny, I'd just come in like an actual cartoon.
Yeah.
Like an actual animation.
If you were funny.
It'd be literally funny.
It's just us today.
What about just like, what is it? That movie Ted or something like that. It's like, you're really animated over there. With it like half animation, half real person films.
So yeah, I'm an animated bear voiced by Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, like taking advantage of that bit. You only have like one chance you can use that line. Hey, You're looking pretty animated.
Yeah.
The funniest thing, just break down that fourth wall. You've got one chance to. It's great.
Doing that on like the metaverse or something. That might be perfect.
Ooh, true. It's like, hey, you're looking pretty animated today.
That hasn't taken off at all, has it?
You're looking animated.
Do you know one person that's using Meta?
I don't even know if it's a possibility. Like, Facebook should be, like, shoving it down our throats, pause, to, like, hey, you can use Meta now,
I think the problem is no one uses Facebook.
Yeah, no one uses
all
Facebook.
over Facebook, but no one's even using it.
I guess I use Facebook for, like, messages. That's probably the only thing I can use Facebook for. But I don't know what's going on in the app.
Yeah.
Like, it gets weirder and weirder each year. Like, the people that are still on Facebook, it actually becomes scary. It's like, are you okay?
What, people posting statuses and
like,
stuff?
you should honestly, if someone you know posts like a status, you should check in with them and be like, dude, is everything okay?
But every promoter in the world, like, when you try and set up a show or something, they're like, we need a Facebook event.
Yeah, that's
blah,
true.
blah, blah.
We need a Facebook event. I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it all. Yeah. Everything just feels annoying. It feels like there's too many people out there doing things. The biggest things in the world, like, just aren't getting what they deserve. Just no one's interacting with stuff anymore. Everyone's left. It feels like everyone's left Earth.
Yeah.
Like, did you see, like, Post Malone uploaded a new music video and it's like, yeah, he released a song a day ago, 1 million views.
What is going on with that? I haven't heard about any new music in so long, and then all of a sudden, I'm listening to an album that came out a month ago.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, have you guys heard about this? And everyone's like, no.
No one knows about anything anymore.
What?
It literally, it'd be so funny if there is like this literal like mass extinction going on. And then everyone realizes like there are 200,000 people left on Earth. Just one night. Like,
they're like, well, COVID didn't work. Fuck it. It's been long enough, right? We can do that.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Imagine if COVID literally is just like legitimately wiping out like 3/4 of the planet, and people are just like, "Hey, they're not going to take the vax. We gave them an option," and everyone's just dying.
Or like, there's 200,000 people not on Meta,
yeah,
and everyone else. Is that even what it's called?
That would be
or the metaverse, I
thing on
suppose.
Earth. Everyone that's like actually found out about Meta has just left.
Yeah,
because it just feels like there just aren't people around anymore.
That's the other thing. I'm feeling like a boomer in certain ways.
True. Maybe we're not where everyone is. I think everyone's potentially on like TikTok and stuff. But TikTok, let's just be real, it's random.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense.
It's like we're playing footy. All the kids are at the footy oval. We're just these kids playing at the footy oval, and then all of a sudden an arcade opens up. And then we just continue throwing the footy around, and we're looking around and we're like, why is there two of us?
It's how it feels. Maybe this is what being old feels like. Like, where is everyone? Everyone's either legitimately like matured and has a family and like have left social media behind.
Or dead.
Yeah, or dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there aren't people like our age that are like at the forefront anymore. That was the whole idea. When I was like young at university, like even in high school, I was thinking, I know so much about Facebook.
Yeah.
I know so much about social media.
Yeah.
Companies should literally hire me because I understand it like back to front. I could do everything on this app.
I feel like we're at an awkward, because like when we were born, maybe right before the millennia, it's like we're on top of everything. We know more than our parents and everything. We know this, but we have that residual 90s thing where like we're too cool to kind of do some stuff. So shit has moved forward.
Yeah.
The kids are moving on to stuff, and we're like, we know this really well, but we're not going to learn that new stuff. And also the stuff that we do know is also kind of lame. So now we're just in no man's land.
Like, I'm finding it as well. Like, my mum still uses Facebook. She wanted me to like organize or help her out with some posts.
Bro, we do a fucking podcast. If we knew what was up, we would be eating donuts. We would be eating virtual donuts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'd be doing something that's like popular. We'd be
gang
dancers.
Gang. Yeah, we'd be going gang gang.
Yeah, you're right. We'd be going gang gang.
Yeah.
But what even are we doing? I don't even know. Yeah, we're old-fashioned dudes. Like, yeah, my mum tried to get me to help her like set up these posts for Facebook. And I was like, I don't know how to use this app.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. And I was like, she was like, oh, I want to message it to a group I'm a part of. And I'm like, I couldn't tell you how to even get to that.
Literally, we were talking about it before as well. Like, I'm going back to Earl Sweatshirts from like Earl Sweatshirt mixtape from like
10 years ago plus?
Earlier than that, sure.
Yeah. Scary.
Earlier
than that. Nice. There you go. Feels good.
I shouldn't touch the board. I've been drinking.
Okay, Beyonce. There we go. Making jokes from, what was that, 2 episodes or 3 episodes ago? I'd like to do some callbacks to 3 episodes ago.
This is nice. We're learning we've got Alzheimer's in real time. Here's one thing I did do last night. I began watching this show called Chimp Empire.
Right.
Have you heard of Chimp Empire?
No, I haven't heard of that.
So it's a documentary. I do this every now and then. Like I'm going to improve my life, but I do it in in the least costly way.
Right.
Like I'm going to improve my life by pretending to be Joe Rogan, interested in chimps, while I just sit on the couch and eat a snack pack.
Oh, yeah, you got back on the snack packs. I thought you were you're in your microwave meal.
I am.
You're the microwave meal madman.
Weekend comes around, I'm on my snack packs.
Okay, yeah.
Can't say no to a mixed snack pack.
A mixed snack pack. Yeah, you can't say no to that.
And I'm watching this show about chimps. It's like a documentary.
Right.
And it's crazy. I'm like,
hell yes.
I'm like watching this thing like, wow. All right. So I kind of caught myself as my roommates were coming in and out of the room as I was watching it.
Right.
I was like, wow, these chimps are so sophisticated. Like we could learn so much from them.
Yeah.
And as I caught myself thinking, oh my God, I'm Joe Rogan. I'm like taking advice from chimps.
Yeah.
Or coming in and out. My housemate's like, what's going on here? It's just a show about chimps.
Yeah.
And it was literally like how they show where they are in the hierarchy. They like groom each other.
Right.
And the ones with status don't groom back. But lowly chimps will groom each other.
Dang.
And I'm like watching that like, damn, there's so much to learn.
I guess Jackson must be a low-level chimp when it comes to 8-year-old boys.
Nice, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's so deep. That's so impressive. And I'm like, no, it's not. They're literally covered in fur and disgusting. And they're eating bugs off each other. I'm sitting here eating a fucking snack pack.
Yeah.
That I ordered off a phone. I don't even know how the phone... We are way more sophisticated than the chimps. Do you know what I mean? If I wanted to be sophisticated, I'd wait till the Uber Eats driver got here and then I'd be like, how's,
Where do you think he is on the Uber Eats drivers scratches?
Someone needs to groom him, that's for sure.
Someone needs to groom him.
I
like that one. I like it.
And also, I was going to turn it off as well. And this also shows how dumb I am. The alpha chimp of the pack.
Yeah.
His name was Jackson.
Oh, yes.
They named the chimps. Classic. And it was about 5 minutes in, they told you that chimp's name was Jackson.
So what do you think? You're like, oh, that's me.
That's my name. And I was like...
Yeah, dude, I guess it must be an alpha.
Yeah, into the
I never really thought of myself like that.
Literally, in the whole time, they were talking about, like, Jackson is benevolent.
You're very
powerful.
Like, and hey, you watching that documentary again? I thought you already watched that weeks ago. Jackson is strong and Jackson is capable.
It's literally, yeah, like I like take little excerpts and make like an affirmation to go to sleep to. What have you been falling asleep to?
Oh, what have I been falling asleep to? I'm trying to get back in like good habits. I think fail whale. Remember that one?
Stop hitting that.
Remember the fail whale? That was good. But yeah, I've been trying to get back into what is it? I think I've had such a bad routine for the last few weeks, and I saw like one of these YouTubers who was like, "Hey, here's my morning routine for productivity and happiness," and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get back into my routines again. Yeah. I've been going pretty good.
Yeah, what have you been doing though?
What have I been doing? I've literally like tried to get off my phone, tried to do meditation, tried to like stay away from my phone before going to bed.
Yeah.
Just being a bit strict on myself, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And getting back into that whole, like, I find I do it. It's in order to, like, be living, like, a happy, healthy life where you think you're doing the right things, I think you have to be constantly looking at these, like, self-help YouTubes. Because I honestly feel like this whole algorithm thing, if you're, like, clicking on those things, suddenly, okay, bam, your algorithms are going to change just to that.
Yeah.
So now it's just self-help stuff. And it literally, like, forces me to keep an eye out on all this stuff. But as soon as I, like, fall off it, it can just turn into a madness, my algorithm. And I think your algorithm literally, like, will dictate how you're going to be going.
I think you're probably right. And what's scary about that as well, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I feel so alone. Like, what is everyone else watching to be like, they're just on TikTok. We're literally on YouTube.
YouTube's still good, though. I think what happens, people are stuck in algorithms.
Yeah.
Like I got into a phase, I think when my life was going bad a few weeks ago, I was watching, it literally has like the things you watch most. And my one was hamburgers. I was watching like a bunch of mukbangs and people eat. Like, I was just one guy that I really watch. I was just pounding through his videos.
You were masturbating while watching him eat hamburgers.
But I was just going crazy just watching video after video. But I think, yeah, maybe the kids are on TikTok. I guess. We're on TikTok as well, though, everyone. Sausage Boys Podcast. Follow us on TikTok. We're killing it. But I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of TikTok. I find it a bit confusing.
Kind of feel like everything's going to shit.
I'm kind of like that. I don't even know if TikTok is, as it seems, it's literally run by the same people that say they have like a real monkey in the zoo and it's just some dude. It's like, yeah, no, you got 1 million views on that video and you have 19 followers. Yeah. You definitely got 1 million. Definitely millions of people are watching your stuff.
What am I watching? I'm doing doom scrolling.
Oh, you back into actually getting into doom scrolling?
I think I am, yeah.
What about like MF Doom scrolling and you're just like flicking through photos of MF Doom?
Just listening to real abstract rhyme schemes. No, it gets bad, but what I like about doing that is like you get hit with something crazy every once in a while.
When you're doom
scrolling, yeah. It kind of pulls you out of it. Like I'm watching one and it's kind of like this Tyler, the creator, like breaking down this album thing.
Yeah. And
then it gets to like Kanye and it's like his most explicit lyrics or something like that.
Right.
And then you get to one and it's like Vince Styles' fashion changing over the years. And I'm like, that's where I can kind of draw the line.
What? Because this is just too particular.
Because he's definitely murdered someone.
Right.
I don't want to watch a video about what he's wearing when I can hear that he's like, you know what I mean? Like, tell me about his like court details or something like that.
Okay. And then you like develop your own brain. It's like, I want to look up something now. I'm sick of being told this pointless stuff.
Or maybe it's just a life thing. You just get to a point where you're just like, I need mindless shit. Because what else am I going to think about?
It's scary. That's one of my things when I guess trying to be productive is the whole idea of at night only doing stuff that's relaxing, not trying to do anything that like requires any brain capacity. Mm-hmm. Apparently, that's really good for like relaxing and getting to having a good night's sleep.
Doing something that
isn't like requiring any of your brain.
Okay.
So I think it's probably a good thing in a weird way. I don't even know, but I feel when you're actually doom scrolling, there's something like your brain's moving too fast. I think probably what you need to do at night is just watch like one video or watch like 3 videos that are like slow and a bit boring.
I was watching a video on how to make like the perfect YouTube reels.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is witchcraft.
What do you mean?
It's like you got to do this at this certain time. It can't be longer than 3 seconds here, and you have to kind of like change the scene or something like that. Right. And I was like, this is evil. And people look up to Mr. Beast and whatever, and they're like, this guy's like a genius. He's doing this crazy shit.
Yeah.
He's doing witchcraft in the 21st century.
I think you're right. Do you know what? Mr. Beast, that's where everyone is.
Yeah.
They're not anywhere else. They're only watching Mr. Beast.
Yeah, this is
like Post Malone, all these people like are trying to do stuff. They'll get like maybe 1 million views. Mr. Beast's videos get like 100 million every single time.
Why doesn't anyone know about Post Malone's album?
I don't, because he's not Mr. Beast. He's not doing something crazy.
Yeah,
something like that requires a large amount of money to be spent.
How are you meant to feel when you watch this guy give away money to someone for doing a challenge? Like, what is a feeling that you're meant to attribute with that?
Like I could be there.
Yeah, give it an honest. Put that in an emotion. How are you meant to feel while watching that?
I think you're meant to feel that could be me.
What could be you?
I could be doing that challenge. I could be the guy that like stays in the house for 90 days or whatever. I could be the guy that like doesn't leave the circle or does any of these things.
Yeah.
It's the whole idea of maybe it's just all about you. You can imagine doing this. You can like live vicariously through things.
I don't know if you can.
I think because it's the everyday dude. Maybe that's the trick. This isn't like, you don't have to be a celebrity to be on a Mr. Beast video. You just have to be some dude on the street. Therefore, that could be me. None
of it means anything. It's absolutely like psychotic.
I think it means everything.
It does.
Literally, like a Mr. Beast video where it's like, hey, this dude is going to survive. I think what's the one of the videos? 6 months just living in a house alone that slowly gets smaller and smaller. I was like, this is probably the most real or the most human video that there is. Because everyone could imagine doing this. How does the actual human brain deal with monotony and being stuck, being not able to like see your family?
That's actually why I put on that chimp video documentary, because I was trying to watch Bad Boy Barbie. They're the GOAT podcaster, shout it out.
Dang. Oh, we can talk a bit about
McCusker, GOAT podcaster.
Bad Boy Barbie. Give that a bit of a review.
So this is the second time I tried to watch it.
Oh, you couldn't get through it?
First time I put it on and I was like eating.
Oh.
So if anyone doesn't know Bad Boy Barbie, essentially the premise is it's this man who has...
he doesn't have anything. He's just been stuck.
It's a... Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You saw the whole thing?
I've watched it.
I haven't gotten through it.
You haven't gone through it?
No. So he's got like a... Without being too graphic, he's got a very strange relationship with his mother who has lied to him his whole life.
Yeah.
And he's an adult man. He's like 39 or something like that.
Like you can't go outside. You'll die of
poison.
You won't be able to breathe.
It's absolutely atrocious. So I watched maybe like 20 minutes while I was making food. And then I was like... I can't.
I think in all honesty,
I got to turn this off.
It is probably the hardest movie to watch the first 30 minutes than like anything I've probably ever seen.
And then I watched another 10 minutes.
Dang.
And I ordered a snack pack.
What's up with this movie making you feel hungry?
No, I'm hungry and then I put on a movie.
Oh, okay. Yep.
For the record, anyone that just puts a movie on and sits there without eating or doing something is absolutely insane.
That's literally me watching Bad Boy Barbie. Not even water.
Yeah.
Put it on my TV. Because I was like, oh, I really want to
To
find
be
this
fair,
movie.
that's the only way you can watch that movie is by not doing anything else. It's a classic idea of like, you know, like I think just the pressure of now is you have to be watching this groundbreaking. You have to be watching The Godfather.
Yes.
You have to be watching, you know, like TikTok on your phone.
Yep, 100%. You've always got to be doing something else.
Yeah, it's the only way to live your life.
Yeah, it's a great way to live. That's how I'm.
Beautiful.
Most of my state of being is like watching some guy eating myself, and then like maybe having a conversation with someone on the phone.
Yeah,
that's literally, and then thinking about what I'm gonna do.
You're a good multitasker, actually.
Literally, like it's just how I have to be. It's just it's a necessity. Like watching Bad Boy Barbie. You know what? First time all year I've watched a movie in my lounge room. Just sat down and watched a movie.
What's your honest review?
One of the best movies of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Where does it does it change?
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for you.
So both times I try to watch it, it's the most disgusting shit you've ever seen. It's literally, for anyone that hasn't seen it, like put Bad Boy Barbie. I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's literally on Netflix. Put it on the first 30 seconds. You'll turn it off straight away.
Yeah, and I'm literally looking at a snack pack, which is the most disgusting thing anyone could eat.
Yeah, just that first scene. It's a dude in a like a pot, and his penis is out, and he's getting washed.
I don't think you saw Bad Boy Barbie, dude. I think you might be getting this mixed up. Yeah, no, it's...
Yeah, it's literally the most confronting, like, first scene. The most confronting 30 minutes of any movie I've ever watched.
I can't even... Oh, here's Mr. Beast for you.
Nice.
All right, I can't even eat while watching it. If someone can jerk off while watching the first 10 minutes of that movie...
Oh, you're a creep, though.
Anyone that does that?
Yeah, if you can JO to Bad Boy Barbie. Because I remember I recommended it to a friend, and she watched it, and she's like, you were literally... No. He's like... You were literally sick. You were absolutely disgusting.
Who said that?
Like, just a friend. and I think I was talking to her, and I like brought it. Oh, hey, how are you? I was talking to her, being like, that's good. I was talking to her, and she was like, "What have you been up to?" I was like, "I just watched this really intense movie." Like, I didn't answer my phone the whole time it was on. It was the first time it's ever happened to me. I'm like,
I didn't answer my phone because I was watching this movie.
I definitely didn't have any, didn't have my pants around my ankles.
Yeah. But
yeah, it was the first time.
And what did they say?
They said, you're literally sick. Movie is absolutely disgusting, and you're a freak for watching it.
They went to put it on.
They watched it. And they were like, you are literally disgusting. Like, watching that movie. That's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. It's absolutely disgusting. It's nothing but disgusting, and you're disgusting for like watching it. And I was like, no, it was literally
of the nail on the head, baby.
But it was that idea, because I said, well, that was one of the best movies I ever watched. Like, it's hilarious. Probably the best comedy I've ever watched.
Comedy?
Yeah. I don't want to spoil too much. I'm literally going to be spoiling everything.
Well, now I'm kind of intrigued.
Now you're kind of intrigued. It's literally the best. It's so good. Yeah.
My favorite actor is DiCaprio.
Yes.
And it's like literally, I think about putting that, like, I put on this disgusting movie and force myself to watch it. And I'm like, I could literally be watching the prettiest man.
Yeah. Literally one of the most beautiful men of all time.
And it's not anything wrong with it because he's just a great actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. And you watch this guy who hasn't actually even done anything else. I had to look into it.
Yeah.
And he's just being disgusting, great acting. It's just a disgusting movie. Do you know why I like it so much? It's because it is disgusting, and real life Australia is disgusting like that movie.
It's not.
It is. It's 1 million. That's Australia. That's literally like real Australia.
None of that movie... I don't know if this is boring for people listening because...
You can go watch it yourself.
It's probably not. Like, it's just... it's nothing in that movie is like anything I've ever seen before.
It's Australian. But again, how much have you actually watched?
Half an hour.
Okay. So you haven't even really watched the... They always say, the first half an hour is just the hardest thing to ever get through. But as soon as you can push past that, it's a huge payoff.
Really?
But I guess
did you walk away feeling a certain way?
I straight up was like, I sometimes have tears in my eyes when I watch something really good, and I had tears in my eyes in multiple points in that film. Literally, like tears in my eyes, like this is like shaking my head. This is the greatest thing ever.
Really?
Yeah, and that hasn't happened for a long time.
You know, it'd be great if you're just trolling me right now and I go back to it. It's just,
it doesn't end. It just gets more and more disgusting.
I don't think I can watch anything unless I'm munching.
You're right. Oh, unless literally this movie forces you to not eat. And it's like, this is an old-fashioned kind of watch this thing. You can't even really drink. You can't really think about anything else when you're watching this.
I'm just realizing the reason why I'm becoming a boomer.
Yeah.
Like the last movie I watched was Pulp Fiction, which I've seen maybe 20 times in my life.
And you did a full rewatch.
Yeah.
Hold up.
And I loved it. And I'm like, oh, let's try something new.
Yeah.
And I have to watch it over 2 sittings and I turn it off both times. And then I just put on some chimps and I go, oh, hey, actually, maybe I am Joe Rogan.
It's better than me. I literally like watch Bad Boy Barbie and I'm like, that's great cinema, great art. I'm going to get more into this. I'm going to watch another movie. Yeah. And then it's like I go to sit down to eat or something and it's like, I'm just going to watch this guy eat.
Yeah.
I'm just going to watch this guy eat cheeseburgers. Because I don't want to watch a movie. I just can't handle. I can't handle anything.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
It's hard. It's hard to watch a movie nowadays. That's going to be a thing. Like kids are going to be like, "How did you do it?" It's like, yeah, no, we used to be able to just do that. It's going to be impossible. I think as we progress,
it's going to be like reading a book.
Yeah, I can't read a book.
Yeah, libraries and schools are just going to be movie theaters.
Say to kids, hey, go watch a movie or something. Oh, I don't want to. Yuck, it's so boring.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry, there's popcorn in there and they're like, we'll be allowed to vape?
Or movies will literally just have to go for like, will have to be extremely engaging. Or even no, your physical body has to be doing other things nowadays.
Did you know, I don't know if I brought this up on pod like a while ago, but like there's condoms in all movie theaters. There's condom dispensaries. And I thought that was because you were meant to fuck in the theater.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, why don't these armrests go up? Do you know what I mean?
Right. That's actually a really good idea.
Apparently it's meant for after.
Yeah. Because it's like you're going on date night. It's a classic date night.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I remember being young and being like, oh, there's a balloon machine in there. I was like, I want to use the balloon machine.
All right, here we go. Do you remember? I got it. Do you remember the first time you bought condoms?
I think I had them given to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I think I do remember the first time I bought them.
By a clown. It's like, here, look at these balloons.
I'm going to do a different type of balloon animal.
Yeah, I think.
Look at this. I'm doing a snake. What about just like a creepy clown?
Yeah.
Look, it's a snake. Take it. It's not moving. That's your penis.
That's how you know it's a hot cast. Because they're doing sexual acts. Yeah. Sexual act outs.
Do you remember the first time you got some rubber johnnies?
Yeah, I bought mine.
Yeah.
With a buddy. And we'll split them.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Literally. You're putting holes in them so we can secretly impregnate the women.
Absolutely terrifying experience.
Yeah, your heart's pounding.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not doing what you... Because you think it's going to be like... It's going to be a whole song and dance. It'd be like, oh, there's no price tags for the condoms. Eric, we got some kids trying to buy some condoms here. This is the wrong price for these condoms.
What about, like...
Everyone? They're buying condoms and we need a price check because the scanner isn't working on this condom packet. Oh, no, he's got the extra small.
It felt like it was something illegal about it.
Yeah.
Like they'd be like, hey, you're too young to be preventing your girlfriend from getting pregnant.
Oh, dang, how old were you?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like the idea of It felt illegal or something. It felt something wrong about it.
And it feels illegal.
And the funny part is, can you imagine like this 22-year-old dude that's working at Woolworths and sees like these 15-year-old kids. All right, there we go. I've given my age away.
Nice.
Not that I needed them, but like I did. But no, can you imagine like this like 22-year-old dude working at fucking Woolworths and these kids coming up and buying condoms and the kids are terrified at the guy seeing, and the guy is terrified at the kids seeing that he's never had to buy a packet.
That's literally what happens. It's hilarious. It's honestly hilarious because there is something very scary about it. I think it's the whole idea of getting old and you're like doing something that you thought you never would. Because this is something you only ever joked about and maybe bought to like throw at friends, like in water with water in it to make water bombs or something like that. But when you're buying it for the purpose of like, I'm going to engage in sexual intercourse with these, becomes a very different thing. It's a judgy thing.
Did you have like school like there was like someone that came to your school and something and like talked about like safe sex?
No.
Really?
No. Oh, we had the first one when I was in year 6. That was like the actual sex ed. Other than that, nothing else.
Was sex ed hilarious for you?
Absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
I can't remember because we always have like the idea of the funny questions and stuff like that. Everyone's giggling. I think my friend asked a funny question and I can't remember what it was. It's like what a balls or something. It was just a really, really funny. I remember it was with the bros and all the dudes were like, isn't this just the greatest moment of our lives?
I never wanted to talk about any of it, hey.
When you were in year 6? Oh, wait.
Yeah, but like sex ed, I never wanted to talk about any of it.
Really? I remember it was so hilarious. You was a bit too scared then.
I was like, I've seen 2.5 Men. That was kind of like my sex ed.
Did that happen in 2.5 Men?
No, but I was just like, I know what happens. There's Alan and there's Charlie. And Charlie brings home a girl. And then they go upstairs and then Alan's mad. That's what I thought sex was.
Right.
Was making your brother who lived with you angry.
Yeah, it's a funny idea.
It kind of is. That kind of is what sex is.
Making your brother angry.
Yeah. Oh, this episode sucks.
I think it's a great one.
Me too.
But yeah, I think... Because how old were you when they first came? The sex ed people came over.
It would have been high school. We actually had people come in, but we had like the sex ed class in school in year 6.
Oh, yep. So the same one that I did. I think it must have been like nationwide.
And the girls and the boys split up?
They were split up.
And I remember thinking something was wrong. Like I thought we were getting in trouble or something like that.
Oh, you're right. Actually, I think I had the exact same feeling. I was like, oh gosh, here we go. And then some hot babe comes in.
What was your teacher like?
Hot babe.
What?
Hot babe.
We had a geezer.
Oh, Jay.
Maybe the filthiest geezer of our school.
He's getting off on it.
He's got more in common with the guy at Woolworths than us. Literally, like...
You got some geese that tell you about how sex happens.
Geese.
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
Terrible. And like a teacher, just like he taught one of the classes and yeah.
I think I had another... It was
you had a hot babe come in?
Hot babe. Literally like... Everyone was like... it was the boys. I went to a very small school in year 6. There were probably like 9 boys in my year. We were all close. And we just see this hot babe go in. Everyone's like giving each other looks. She's like putting a condom on a banana. You're like, this is just... Yeah, I'm going to work with this when I get home.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. But I remember when I was in year 9 or something, part of PE, we had to just touch on sex ed again. And we had an old geezer for that class. And he tried talking about it, and the kids would just keep making jokes. And he gave up. He literally gave up.
Yeah.
So we never got taught it during high school. But you had some old geezer for year 6.
You hear these stories about like babes in schools. Yeah. I think it doesn't happen.
It does.
Like for a teacher or something though.
I remember I had like legitimately like a 24-year-old babe teacher in high school.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm trying to think, do I have some other babes? I think there are a few babes.
I think it's a dangerous game.
Real dangerous game.
It's a wicked game.
It's a real wicked game.
Yeah.
It's scary having a babe at a school.
What's the angle? I remember, like, it would be like, even there's teachers who are like 40 years old and you imagine that they're good looking.
Yeah. Oh, you've got the reaches when you can kind of like, I'm having a bit of a reach.
That's all you can do. Yeah, and you'd remember, like, they'd be like, oh, hey, can I got to talk to you after class. Yeah. Then everyone else would be like, oh my God,
it's going to happen.
It's going to
get sloppy topic. Imagine that. She's like, anyway, rips open your pants.
Dang, I can't believe you had a hot babe.
A bunch of hot babes.
A bunch?
Bunch. It was very, very normal. I remember this was like a huge thing. And it was always like they taught like certain subjects and what was it? Yeah, sometimes like kids would just like hang around like the window and just stare at them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Didn't you say like a while ago there would be like kids that would like run up to the fence and like bark at women or something?
Yeah. Because we like lived kind of, or the school was like next door to like a girls' school. Not even that, but just it was kind of like down a one-way street or whatever. And there were like these bars or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when all like the year 7s were. And whenever you saw a girl, usually it was like a girl from the other school.
Yeah.
All the boys would like run up to the gates.
Yeah.
And like usually start like screaming or whistling or
That's
barking.
absolutely terrifying.
Funniest thing on earth.
But it's terrifying.
We'd do it like as a bit.
You would do it yourself?
I would usually just run up to the gate and stare because we had to do it as a bit.
You're more of a chihuahua.
Yeah, it's like you're following.
You were just there with the big eyes.
Because we had to do it. I think like the cool kid or whatever, like this was just a thing that got passed down from like year to year. And you only did it in year 7. But whenever a girl went past, because of the way the school was set up, this year 7 area, the play area, and the classes were all in this one spot where there were these bars, and you just had to do it. The cool kids would be like, okay, there's a girl, and then be like, you better. There couldn't be one kid that was like back. Even like the nerdy kids would just have to kind of go up halfway.
Yeah.
But you would have to make a scene.
And the principal's like looking at the sex ed teacher and she's like, I didn't teach him that. That's crazy.
Boys are big boys.
Do you think this is a common thing if you had to guess?
100%. 100%. Like I know...
so I guess there are some benefits about all boys schools.
But it happened. I know my mum taught at another all-boys school and she would say the exact same thing happened. I remember I used to like go to that school to like visit her after school. Yeah. And when I walked past the gate, if I was like followed by a girl, I would see all the boys call out and scream.
You know the difference between boys and girls?
Yeah.
If that happened the opposite way around, if you're a dude walking past and a bunch of girls started barking at you, you'd jump the fence.
You would. You would literally be like, like a circus act. You'd rip off. You have like a rip off tracksuit, completely nude.
You do a triple front flip over the fence.
Just let them get to work.
Yeah.
Imagine. I wonder if girls think like that. They see a hot guy.
They don't, and that's why the world's going to shit.
But that was the idea with like Justin Bieber or the Beatles. I think there was a funny bit, a podcaster was talking about like, let's say the Beatles are in town, they'd get like a bunch of girls like running after them, or Justin Bieber, a bunch of girls would run after them. It's the idea of if they stop, what happens then? Do they just start like ripping at their clothes? And I don't even know what happens. Because girls do run after their idol.
Right.
And you start to think, what did they do? You finally get your hands on Justin Bieber. You've been a believer for how many years? He's there. You're with a bunch of other girls. You finally get him cornered.
They would kill him, I think.
Would you kill him? Or are you going after his dong? Or are you just trying to give him a kiss? It's like the A$AP Rocky thing. You just do like medieval torture.
Again, that A$AP Rocky photo is the funniest thing of all time.
I could legitimately change like some profile pictures back to that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything funny, but that's literally what that represents. That's real stardom.
Yeah.
Is where it's like, what are these people?
If that was Dua Lipa,
oh my gosh,
I don't even want to.
You
know, that's bad boy Barbie territory. But for a dude,
she was impregnated by 400 men. What happens with a dude? You kiss him. You kiss him. I'm trying to get into the mind of a girl right now. I'm going after those lips.
That's what you would do?
I'm going after those lips.
I can't even really think like that. I can't even really get there. That's cool that you can, but like...
I can get there because I'm trying to think of the opposite of what I'd do. I'll try to punch him and I'll be like, ooh, I don't even care. That's what I'd naturally do. Do you know what I would love to see? I've never seen this in my life, is like a swarm or like a celebrity that's been swarmed.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. Like a celebrity come to town and just like a huge crowd. I'd be like, oh yeah, it's Harry Styles or something like that.
Yeah.
I just watch someone get swarmed. Watch that like animal sort of instinct.
It's the classic idea of like you're watching like a movie with a dude and your girlfriend's interested in the dude. How many times have you had that happen? How many times? No. This is just a premise. I'm not trying to take this.
Good.
But how many times?
It's hard because you literally sent me this video last night. And
Yeah. I'm not trying to take that bet. I'm trying to go off that.
Literally funny.
No.
Suddenly I'm watching. She's into Brad Pitt. Now I'm rooting for the Nazis. Oh, I literally have the same thing. I remember she'd be like, oh yeah, this guy's like, or she'd just make such a scene, be like how handsome this guy is.
Because I was going to say, I've never had that.
Really?
No.
Your girlfriend make a scene over a guy in a movie?
I don't think girls really do that.
I watched a vlogger with my girlfriend at the time, and she just kept on making remarks to the point I was like, okay, fine, new video. That's enough. You can't keep talking about how attractive this guy is.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm going to watch something else. Because she was like, oh, I think I was watching like some bodybuilder. And then she was like, oh, that guy's like disgusting. Then I put on a different bodybuilder and she's like, oh my gosh. Or just kind of kept on getting overwhelmed. I was like, okay, enough. We're going back to the guy you don't like.
That's interesting because the angle I was kind of going with is the reason girls would never bark like that. It's because they're not in...
Girls are creeps.
Really?
Yeah, the fact you've never had that situation means you've been around some liars. Because girls are all freaks.
Oh, I mean, I only put on Bad Boy Barbie around. I'm only... What am I doing? No, actually, maybe I'm too much of a frother. Like, I'm literally watching, like, a Tarantino movie. And I'm like, no, but this.
Oh, so you're watching disgusting stuff all the time. There's no real heartthrob in your movies.
No, what are we talking about? Brad Pitt?
Who was in Bad... Oh, yeah, you're talking... I was going to say he's in Bad Boy Barbie. Just making that's the only form of media your girlfriend can... It's like, no, this is good. We're watching it again.
We got Brad Pitt.
We got... We got the Pitt... We've got...
Pitt Stain. We got...
Pitt Stain. You got a bunch. Yeah. There's some hunks in the Tarantino films.
Jamie Foxx. I feel like guys' point of view of what...
Jamie Foxx isn't attractive. Let's be
girls
real.
don't like Leonardo DiCaprio.
They do.
The average woman doesn't.
The average woman literally does.
I just like him more.
The average woman literally finds Leonardo DiCaprio attractive. And it's just, there's no way around that. Others that don't are literally like just straight up liars. He's extremely attractive. I was thinking about Pulp Fiction. You got John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. No one's finding those two attractive. Let's just be real.
Yeah,
that's a really good movie to watch with a chick. But that might be a goal. You have to make sure you never watch. I had a friend who was on a date with a guy and they put on, what's the movie? It was like a Marlon Brando movie. And she was just legitimately like in awe of how attractive young Marlon Brando was.
I know.
And it was just like, I wished I wasn't on this date. I wish I was on a date with this guy.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
What about like the idea of like, I know about this. You put on a movie that's not particularly interesting at all.
Yeah.
It's literally the difference between your girlfriend and a girl you're trying to like get to know.
Yeah, you're with your girlfriend, you're just watching Bad Boy Barbie hoping she leaves.
so that I can watch Pulp Fiction in peace.
It's like, oh, let's watch a movie together. Yeah, fine. I'm about to watch Bad Boy Barbie. He's like, you've already watched it last week.
I'm going to go home. They leave and you just put on Titanic. You get a box of tissues and put on Titanic. And you're not crying.
Oh, I'm crying from somewhere, though. White tears. Crying white tears. I legitimately didn't even mean to do all of that.
Yeah, but like the idea is like, yeah, if your girlfriend, you're putting on Django.
Oh, yeah, nice. No one's, but you got Leo, but he looks weird in that movie.
Yeah,
and he's like an actual
racist.
Imagine that she hits you with that. He's handsome.
Yeah, you're like, you're attracted to that? She's like, well, I'm dating you on her. Yeah, but the whole idea is you put on, and then you kind of just put on this trash horror movie with a girl you're seeing.
Yeah.
That's kind of the move, right?
Because what?
Because no one wants to watch that. What else are we going to do?
Yeah, put on Oppenheimer. We've been trying to watch Oppenheimer for weeks. We didn't get past the first scene.
Wouldn't it be great to just be that guy? Just be like, oh, yeah, let's go see Barbie. Like, just be this cute, like, thing.
Yeah.
Then get there and be like, I don't want to see Barbie.
What about just being like a funny guy, being like, yeah, we watched Barbie just at home, and he literally put on Bad Boy Barbie. Like, this is Barbie. We're going to watch it. And just doing like a real bit, like committing to it. It's like, no, you wanted to watch Barbie. What about when you do that with like nephews or something like that? Just putting on like that film just in front of family members. It'll be really funny. Just trying to upset everyone.
Yeah.
The kids are just crying watching these scenes. It's one of those movies that if I came across that when I was young, it would have traumatized me. Legitimately.
You've seen all the craziest movies, though.
Most of them.
You've seen, what, Precious?
I haven't seen Precious.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't seen Precious.
Oh.
Yeah. I've read it, though. Well, not read it. I read it on Wikipedia.
I tweeted it on X.
There's something good there. But I feel like there are some classic ones you have to watch. You have to watch like Train Spotting. Then you've got, my brain is not working today, which is crazy. You've got that silly other heroin movie. With
Train Spotting is great.
Brando.
I think you could watch that with
you could probably watch that with a. That's a good movie to watch
with a bird
with a baddie.
Yeah, with a lady.
Requiem for a Dream is a classic one that you have to watch, like a scary kind of intense movie. That's like a classic.
The boys' movies.
They're literally boys' movies.
You want to watch? You want to watch? Boys want to watch something kind of without a moral.
Yeah, it's bad stuff going on.
Nothing. No one learns anything.
Yeah, I think boys like to watch like stuff that's edgelordy and like hardcore. It's like, what's the most hardcore thing? It's like, dude, I just saw kids.
Yeah,
you got to watch that. It's like,
dude, and it's like, Karim, you should not be looking at that.
Dude, I was watching kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that's pretty much it. You just like shit where people go through hard shit and don't learn anything, and you don't learn anything from watching it.
Yeah. And it has to be, you want to brag.
Is that what it is?
I think the thing literally is like you want to brag to your friends.
Yeah.
I wanted to brag about watching Bad Boy Barbie. I went back to my old ways. Yeah. I was like, let's watch something intense.
You was a cold dude. You getting back to your ways?
But yeah, you want to get back to your ways every now and then.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do because as soon as life starts happening, do you know what as well? Chicks can't handle hard, real life stuff. Chicks can't handle Bad Boy Barbie. It's not a chick's. This ain't your girlfriend's movie.
Yep.
If a girl's watching that stuff, you better watch out for her. She is a problem.
Okay, yeah.
Boys can handle that intense, heavy stuff and take pride in it. And you want to like freak your friends out. You're like, dude, you think that's messed up? This is messed up. And then it goes into like, dude, this is like being banned everywhere, like Cannibal Holocaust, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You want to one-up each other.
Yeah.
You want to be the dude that can like handle intense content.
You know what it is? It's because dudes secretly want to watch beheading videos.
100%.
That's all guys want to watch.
Because that's what boys were like when they were young. You torture animals. You like cut the heads off like your dolls and stuff.
Girls
like that.
just want to watch a movie where there's a female protagonist and they're not getting barked at. Which is, you know, I respect. It's unrealistic, but I respect it.
Yeah, what do chicks like watching? They just like watching silly, flowery stuff. They don't want something that's like intense. Naturally.
And girls also kind of get off when, not get off, but like they love when a dude will sit down and get invested in a thing.
100%.
Even if it's negative emotion. Like if they're watching a rom-com and you're like, what are you doing? Don't go back there. Don't go back to him. That guy sucks.
And she's literally just like her heart's pounding, kind of like look, just staring at him.
Yeah.
Just the camera pans off them both on the couch, and she's like staring at him.
Yeah.
And she just like grabs his arm a little bit more.
Yeah.
What? I just think it's messed up because he was like with her.
What were you doing? Like it was literally the 4chan kind of like beheading videos.
Yeah.
There was like people run over and stuff like that. What is it about that?
What is it about that? It's like shocking because usually it's the whole thing of like, dude, I got this video on my phone, and you'd like all come around and like watch it, and it'd be something crazy.
Yeah.
And you have power in that moment if you're the kid with the phone. If you're the kid that can stay around for it as well, you also are brave. It's like a test of bravery. You have to be able to cope with the most like heinous visuals, and that makes you cool. If you're a kid who like what is it? I remember like watching horror movies when I was very young, probably like in year 4 or something with friends.
Yeah.
We'd like, because you go to the friend's house that had the parents that didn't really care.
Yeah.
It's like, we're getting the R18 horror movie and we're watching this. We're putting this thing on. I remember there was the one kid that had to close his eyes.
Yeah.
And in that moment, you lost all respect for him. Like, all respect. Like, it's, if you don't want to watch it, you do this. Oh, dang, that's crazy. Oh, my gosh. Oh, you can't do this. As soon as you start covering your eyes or go under the blankets, it's insane.
Yeah.
You lose respect from all your friends. We were hitting some nasty ones.
Yeah, we were watching like Paranormal Activity. It was 4 of us. Yes. And 2 of us left the room. And I was one of them.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You were that kid.
Oh, no, it was 50% of my crew.
Dang. What was it? Just too scaredy cat to watch it?
Yep.
Dang.
Yep. That's what it was. But nowadays, I'm watching Bad Boy Barbie for half an hour over 2 sittings.
But that's always what it was. I remember on YouTube, it was a really good one where you had all those scare videos, like the, what was it? The ghost car, world's fastest rapper, all that sort of stuff. The maze, we'd play that like scary game, that actual maze game. You do stuff to put you on edge. Yeah. And the scaredy cats, which you may have been in that group, leave. And the cool kids have fun at the sleepover.
There's no way in the world I would have left if there was one woman in that room. One girl.
Really? Is that all it would have taken?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The best thing is you do the, hey, let's watch this together. She gets scared. Suddenly you're the brave guy. Nothing scares you anymore. At all. And I think this is literally nature. I
don't even think that. I think I would have still been terrified.
Yeah.
But I would have been more terrified of... yeah.
It is really funny. It's the whole idea. Do you know what as well? Like, did you ever do like the late night torch walks? This was one of the greatest things. I think I used to go through like walks through the bush.
Yeah.
Same thing. The girls there. It's all you need. I could literally go to like a suicide forest and I'm fine as long as there's a bad gal there.
There's just literally a guy holding a gun at you and you're like shocked, and then you turn and look at the girl and you just walk up stone cold, just grab the gun and point it around to the guy's neck. You just point it, grab it, point it at your head and go fucking do it.
That's literally the idea. I think women literally give you superpowers.
Yeah.
Literally give you superpowers. I remember I was trapped in a forest with a lady back in the day.
You're trapped in a forest?
Trapped in a forest.
This sounds like it might have been designed.
But we were legitimately like trapped in a forest. In the middle of a forest, we went bike riding. Sunset happened. We couldn't see a thing. Trapped in the middle of the forest. We had to like call the police to... Well, I think my phone died. She was on like 3%, wasn't getting any connection. Classic horror movie stuff. And it's like, let's just try to walk with our bikes. We didn't know how much longer we had.
How old were you?
Oh, I was probably a bit old. I probably would have been like 19. Is that too old?
To be trapped in a forest with bicycles?
Yeah.
I mean...
It's not even cool.
Who am I to judge?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know if I remember though.
I'll
If it
leave
was
that up
just,
to the big man upstairs. You're trapped in a forest with a girl with bicycles.
yeah, hired bikes, went out for a ride in like the Blue Mountains. Got trapped. Or
Okay,
sundown.
actually, yeah, all right. It's,
yeah,
yeah,
It's scary. It's pitch black.
yeah.
Like not even scary, but it's like we're probably gonna have to spend the night in the middle of the forest until we can see something.
Okay, this is actually spooky. Yeah.
Like straight up, we're just gonna have to stay there the night. That's what I thought. We didn't have any food. I think I had like some cookies.
Yeah.
And it's at one point, like we just sat down. She couldn't get any reception at all. And it's like, maybe I'm just cool. You know what? I wasn't even scared at all. I was like the dude who was like, I'm just being real. I'm just going to stay out here. I'll have some cookies, get some sleep. As soon as the sun comes up, we'll get back on our bikes and get out of here.
Yeah.
She starts freaking out.
Classic.
Yeah. Like crying, freaking out.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, let's keep going with the bikes.
All right, fine. We won't stay in the middle of this dark forest. So annoying on you. I should have stayed home.
This is the whole like girl versus guy thing. Dudes can handle that stuff.
Staying in a forest.
Staying in a forest. I love that stuff. I like being a bit of a spooky dude. I like getting scary.
Yep.
Like I love doing that.
Your scary
walks.
hours, yeah.
We're all scary hours. Like, let's get a flashlight. Let's go out into the bushes, see what we find.
Yeah.
It's the best thing in the world.
I was never doing that.
You were never doing that.
Maybe you're a thriller.
Maybe I'm a bit of a Michael Jackson.
Yeah, maybe you're a bit of an MJ.
Yeah, I was a very...
Watching kids.
Been happy getting stuck out in the bushes.
That's actually crazy, man. You were happy to like just crash.
100%. 100%. I was like, this will be a bit of fun. I was legitimately like, this will be kind of funny. We'll just like sit in the bushes, just like... It was getting very cold. That was a thing as well. And I was like, oh, maybe that'll be a bit of a problem. She was like, yeah, by the time it's 3 o'clock, we're legitimately going to be like at risk for...
Hypothermia.
Yeah. Or not even hypothermia, but like we'll be very cold.
We won't be like hypothermic, but like we'll probably be pretty cold.
It was, but yeah, somehow, I think, what was it? That whole SOS thing. This was a long time ago, so I think she figured out a way to do the SOS, and I think got onto the police, and we're like, we didn't know where we were. It's like we did some track, and we had to like walk until we could find something.
Yeah,
and then the police, I think, came maybe like 45 minutes after.
Here's the part that I respect the hell out of, like, we're staying in this.
Yeah.
But here's, if I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Yep, do it.
You shouldn't have been stuck.
Why? What do you mean stuck?
That's your job.
Do you know what it was?
You messed up, and then you were like, no, actually, we can just stay here. This is cool as well.
Do you know
Which I don't hate.
No, but this is the thing. It wasn't my bad, which was the best thing. She booked this thing.
Of course it wasn't.
What happened? She booked it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, your birthday. Let's go. I've booked you. Booked
it was
us
your
like
birthday.
It was my birthday. Let's go for I've hired us bikes. I think she'd ridden a bike one other time. We go to the forest, and she could barely ride a bike. So they're like, oh, it'll probably take you maybe like 3 hours or something. Again, we're talking about someone who hasn't really ridden a bike before. Each hill, she's like braking the whole time, having to walk a lot of it.
Yeah.
So it would have taken us double what other people would have done. So potentially like 6 hours for a thing that should be done at 3. Yeah. We got there at like 4 or 5. And it's like, yeah, if you guys might just make it before sundown. And I think we were like maybe halfway through when the police came.
Yeah.
So it was potentially, there was no real way out of that. I didn't know how long it would take.
Was she freaking out by the end of it?
100% freaking out. Like just classic sort of like we're going to die. Or like not even. I don't think girls want to be in the middle of a forest.
No, because you're beheading videos.
Yeah, I'm beheading videos.
You're out there like, try me.
Yeah. I wish someone would. I wish someone would come out right now. Legitimately. But yeah, that's literally the difference between guys and girls. If I was there with a buddy, we'd literally be laughing the whole night. It'd be the the best night of our life. Imagine if you and I got stuck in the middle of a forest. It'd be hilarious. Were we trying to scare each other?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd like do bits, like I'd run away.
And we literally find a blade and it's like who beheads themselves first is the toughest. No, that's the thing though. Like the problem is she was scared.
Yes.
And you're doing the dude thing of being like, no, we're fine.
I kept like, I was doing the dude thing like, hey, we're going to be fine.
But she wasn't.
Yeah, but she wasn't fine.
Yeah.
There was no real way other than getting out of there, which required either stay the night or keep on moving. It was pitch black, so if we kept on moving, we could have like potentially fallen off or gone into something.
How good would the situation be, like literally with the dying torch?
Oh my God.
How good would that be?
We're talking, do you know what? What was it? I think it legitimately was that.
Like, no, actually there was that.
Actually there was that. That definitely happened. I think what it was I think my phone had like 1%.
Yep.
Or like minimal percent. And I started using my phone as the torch.
Yep.
And then her phone she didn't want to use because my phone was going to die. And then she started using her phone and was like, we got to do something because we're on like this like 5 or 3% or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, we aren't going to make it with this torch.
Yes.
So we need to get out of here now. And I was like, let's just try to be like, let's eat our carrots and just kind of like stare and see if we can walk through the dark.
She might have been right. She was probably right, dude. What was the alternative?
Stay the night?
But you're not going to get even beheaded. You're highly unlikely that you're going to get beheaded.
100%.
So what's even the point of staying?
Oh, wait. Oh, no. It was more just the actual danger of pushing a bike at night. You're probably going to like accidentally walk the wrong direction. This is like middle of the bush, like a bike path. And like there've been like drops and stuff. If we're walking at a certain point, we could potentially fall off a cliff face very easily.
Not ideal for a date.
Yeah, not really ideal.
Great. This is exactly how I wanted to spend my birthday. There are 3 levels. There's like, you knew what was going on. You knew how to get out of there. There is Mr. Cool. You were being Mr. Cool.
Yeah, I was being Mr. Cool. I had no idea how much longer we had. I was like, I don't know what to do here.
And then there's Sookie Boy.
Yes.
I could have very easily been Sookie Boy. I could have, for sure. I'm not saying that I would have, but I'm saying it could happen.
You could have gone there. You're on this thing. You start blaming her for giving you this as a birthday gift.
I'm trying to do it for the angle. I could. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. Do you know what's good with the Sookie Boy angle? Roles reverse. She can get mad at you now. And that gets her out of her scared state. Women would rather be mad at their boyfriend than be scared of the situation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And little did you know, by being Sookie Boy, you gave her the courage to forget about how scared she is.
Yeah.
And then she's just mad at you, and she's probably going to go off walking in the middle of the...
Or she's just yelling, and then literally like a murderer comes up. And she's just like, you get out of here. The murderer's like, no, I don't think you understand. She's like, I don't think you understand. I'm dealing with something right now.
Give a woman a reason to be mad at a man. There's no more fear. Imagine that. You're literally in Auschwitz. And you're about to get killed. And your husband does something, like looks at another woman in the chamber. And she's like, you're kidding me.
Isn't that what happened?
But literally, imagine. She would be so furious and mad. It's like, I hope we both get killed. She's like, no, I'm going to kill you first.
Yeah.
Have to get broken up.
Yeah, someone's like trying to kill the dude.
Yeah.
And she's like, not before me.
But that literally might be the answer. That might be the way out.
That's crazy. I've never heard that story.
Yeah, it's a fun little one.
Do I have anything truly spooky like that?
Spooky one, or like where you thought you were kind of like in danger, in like legitimate danger.
I really don't, hey.
Haven't been stuck anywhere. I think that was the first time. I remember we were talking to each other like, oh, this has never happened to me before. This is like, as it was getting like kind of dark.
Yeah. Because
it's the whole idea. We're still like in like good spirits. Like, oh, imagine if we get stuck.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be scary? Because we're thinking, oh yeah, we still got a lot of sunlight.
Yeah.
It's like this path really goes on, doesn't it?
It's so funny in like rom-coms and shit where they're just talking like romantically at a bar.
Yeah. And
then it always cuts and then just making out at home. And I like to think about the time in between, like they've got to take a half-hour taxi ride home or something.
I think about that non-stop. Non-stop.
It doesn't work like that. Like there has to be like, all right, now we're in a taxi.
Got to get your keys. You got to like figure out where you're going to go. So we're going to go to mine. You have to have a full conversation.
Yeah,
and then, you're right. That taxi drive must be so awkward unless you're just making out in the taxi.
But it's never that in a rom-com. You can kind of make out. It's like, all right, there's just some guy in the front.
That could be
kind of ideal.
That could be a real... that could be a funny idea of like a movie where like two people like lost at sea or something like that.
Like a man and his dog.
A man and his... Cuts to them in a bedroom. It's like, hey, we really needed to figure out how they got there. Do you know what would be so funny? That Castaway.
Yeah.
Literally, it's the whole movie, right?
Yeah.
He's stuck on this island. He has the beard. He has the rock. There's just like a scene that goes to black. And then he's just in some apartment like, rushing stuff up with a woman. Just a graphic sex scene.
Yeah.
Like, what? It'll just be like the end.
There's just
it never explains how he got out.
There's two spies like tied back to back with their hands tied up, this man and this woman. And she's like, what are we going to do? And he's like, sometimes I think it's best we don't have all the answers. And then just cuts and they're back at her apartment.
Oh, it's perfect. It's
also the idea of like, you know, like the classic idea of sweeping the table.
Oh, yeah.
But like sweeping this table and then like picking her up and taking her to another table and like sweeping that up as well. And just like all the tables like kicking shit over, pushing the TV off, TV stand. There's literally a dog on the couch. You chuck him out the window.
That must have been done in like a comedy movie. The sweep is the funniest part.
Yeah.
You've just got no regard for anything, any of their property. Especially it's pretty brazen doing it at someone else's home.
There's just like a what do you call it? Like a cabinet.
Yeah.
You just push it over. It's like an urn in there.
You just go to a fridge, just start throwing stuff. Like, hey, you're going to come back and have sex? Dude's just got an erect penis. It's like pouring out milk. Pouring milk down the sink. Hey, I need to have that for breakfast. I can have Cheerios. It is the funniest thing on earth. The sex scene. I love the idea of it just happening in like a movie you wouldn't expect. Like Spider-Man. Yeah. Miles Morales just...
There's the other thing. It's always like there's always a hint of reality.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't add up. Something like like the girl will wake up in the morning. It's like it shows the sunlight coming in through the window, and the girl like quietly wakes up and goes, and wakes over and like puts her hand on the guy, and the guy's like, "Good morning," or something like that. And she does something, and he's like, "Oh, my breath isn't that bad, is it?" It's like, yeah, it probably would. You would just binge drinking all night.
Yeah, that's true. They don't talk about like the explosive diarrhea he had in her bathroom.
Why is it no rom-com? His penis doesn't work. I guess I've never been in a rom-com. Something like that.
So like, how about we just watch a movie instead?
Yeah.
This weird.
No, I'm so into you. I just really want to watch Django Unchained.
So why are we watching Bad Boy Barbie? Anyway, I got to go take a diarrhea in your bathroom. Has your housemate done showering yet?
What do you want to do? We're over time.
I'm
keen to keep rolling. I'm having a good time.
I'm keen to keep rolling a little bit. We can have some more banter.
Yeah, I've got a million stories. We didn't get to any of them. I'm kind of happy about that.
Dang.
But there's do you find them attractive at all? The rom-com idea. How many have you seen in your time?
I recently watched When Harry Met Sally.
But that's a cool movie to watch at the same time.
Maybe that's a cool movie to watch.
Yeah.
What is it? Rom-coms. Oh, dang. Do you know what happens? Usually there's like always like a romantic angle in just any film, and it feels like a rom-com. Like I'd always say The Office at certain points really turned into a rom-com. To the point where I was like, oh, I just really like this. This is a rom-com and I just enjoy it. But I haven't watched The Notebook, and I don't actively go out like, I've never been under the rom-com category in Netflix or Stan and be like, I want to watch let's watch a rom-com. I've never had that situation happen.
The rabbit hole goes deep, and what's crazy is like it really plays out this fantasy of like, this is who I am.
Yeah, yeah. When it comes to like taste or like I'm a rom-com dude.
It's like most of the ones that are made more recently, it's like the chick is a little bit of a, she doesn't have everything together.
Right.
And this dude is taking fancy.
Yeah.
Which is very funny because it's kind of a parallel of like all the classic I've been over this a million times, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, blah, blah, blah. Yep. All these movies, these guys are kind of losers and they just end up with this chick.
Yes. And it's their journey. It's like Hitch or whatever. It's like this loser guy uses this dude to try to get the girl.
Did you see Bridesmaids?
No.
It's funny.
It isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Imagine. It's a bunch of female comics. Sounds pretty good.
That's like...
So, I'm being serious.
Yeah. There's no... Like, that might be it.
Bridesmaids.
And that's very realistic.
I heard it's one of the best comedies of all time. Like, I heard it's literally like...
It's great. It's a really good movie. Yeah. And then I can't really think of any other rom-com or anything like that kind of comes close. Something where it's like about an aspirational woman.
Right. Oh, you're talking, female-led rom-com.
It's not a rom-com necessarily, but it's like, well, I guess people would say Trainwreck. Maybe the Amy Schumer movie. But there's very far and few between where it's like a female protagonist where it has this angle of being like...
It's following her.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking smack. Maybe we should have ended it.
Where it follows like, the female protagonist, and she's gonna get the guy. She's the one you're following. It's not like Ben Stiller. I can't think of any, because they do have the rom-com section. What happens is, I guess, any film that has like two people like forehead to forehead, like face to face, as the cover, you'd expect that to be like a chick flick.
I think I've got the angle.
Yes.
Does a girl want to sit down with their boyfriend and they want their boyfriend to be content watching a rom-com?
No.
Why?
Because then she's dating a friend.
Based.
100%. They want the guy to be like, let's put on Bad Boy Barbie.
Yeah.
That's what any girl wants to hear.
Do girls...
Let's put on Bad Boy Barbie.
Do girls want guys to disagree with them then?
Yeah.
Do guys want girls to disagree with them?
No.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Doesn't matter. We're 1 hour 14. This isn't going to be a
this
highlight. Sorry, guys. You're in the scary hours.
You are in the scary hours.
The based boys are out.
The based boys are.
The bad boy bases.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Girls want to be lied to. Men want to be...
No.
Men want to be agreed with.
I don't know if girls want to be lied to. They just don't realize when they are.
No, they need to be lied to.
What do you mean?
I think it's just necessary, though. Of course, there's the idea that women don't want to hear the truth.
What do you mean by that? No, I'm not even.
Yeah. No. Yeah, we're the base boys. We're literally trying to figure all these things out. We're just coming up. This is how it was back in the day. We're two philosophers right here.
Yeah.
Coming up with new ideas.
Yeah.
Figuring out dynamics. Yeah, the idea of do women want someone truthful? Do they want someone who's always saying the right thing?
I think so. I think like brazen with the truth, almost.
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah, I've literally lost where I'm going with this.
Yeah, we're in scary territory.
I'm not even scared. I'm literally just lost. I've forgotten where to even when to were.
I don't think I've... Yeah, it's almost like you want to be, like as a dude, you want to be the one introducing cool shit.
Yeah, 100%. You want to be like, hey, check out this flick, Bad Boy Barbie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, well, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like, oh, yeah, no, I've heard of that one. That's the worst possible answer. It's the whole, like, Andrew Tate thing. It's like, I want a girl who doesn't know anything, hasn't been anywhere, and is young.
Right. Or is it that you want them to be worldly, but as a man, as a dude, you want to be even more worldly. You want to be able to still open doors for them. You don't want because that's attractive, right? You get to offer them something.
The only thing is you go into the let's go for Andrew Tate breaking down his ideas. It's like, if she's worldly, some dude got her there. Some dude who showed her that place.
That's a good impression.
She's been to Paris before. Who took you there?
It's almost like listen to hours and hours of Andrew Tate.
You've been on a yacht before? Who's the guy behind it?
Okay.
I think it's slowly breaking away.
No,
it's the idea. I don't think, or at least the idea is a man wants a woman who isn't worldly. Because it's a classic idea. I'm going to show you the world. If you've already seen the world, okay, fine. Some other dude's already shown it to you. Go be with him. I'm going to show someone the world who hasn't seen anything.
That doesn't sound flawed to you because it's like this dude is insecure about the fact that he can't offer more of the world?
No, it's the whole idea that some other dude has already done that job.
But it's
and
not...
she's being with someone else. That's the classic idea.
Yeah, but there's also like, of course she has.
But you don't want that. That's...
No, but the point is that sounds insecure.
Yeah. Let's do this. This is really good. This is breaking it down. By the way, I don't really agree with that idea at all.
Yeah.
It's an idea that
I do.
But yeah, so it's the whole idea that it does come from insecurity because
if you don't want them to know if you don't want them to know anything, if you don't want your partner to know anything, that means that you have a limited amount that you can show them.
Yeah, 100%. But I guess it also makes you seem more impressive.
Yeah, but if you are impressive, you don't have to seem impressive.
Yeah. Yes. Because I'm liking this. Your angle is literally going against the classic manosphere
well, this is why
ideal.
This is why that shit's scary, because it's like, this is a problem.
Yeah, because they legitimately...
taking advantage of someone that is incapable of like forming an opinion.
Yeah, 100%. And then they'll literally just kind of spitball that thing back out. And it's good to have that sort of pushback. But yeah, it does come from that idea of, yeah, you're insecure, or you don't have much to offer if you can't even show someone who is well-traveled and well-experienced more. If you can't show them more, it just shows that you mustn't be that good then. But then it's also very attainable for people who haven't achieved that much or haven't done that much to find someone who's... I think naturally you want to be at a place where you can show your partner stuff they haven't seen.
Yep.
And that's the whole idea. When you do become the most interesting man in the world, then you can go after women who are like more on your level.
Yep.
Who have maybe experienced a bunch of things, and you can be like, oh, you've been on a yacht, but have you been on a super yacht before? Or it's like, oh, you've been first class, but have you been on a private jet before? Whereas like some other dude is like, oh, she's already been on a private jet. I'm kind of like, I'm only doing that now. I'm not good enough. So I'm having to find someone else who's like who's only ever flown economy, and I can like show her first class.
I think the way, like, speaking like that is valuable, because it's like the way we understand stories is through like hyperbole.
Yeah.
Or like through exaggeration.
Yeah.
But the average person is never dealing with any shit like that. It's just like people are pretty happy. People are pretty content in general. It's like, oh, you've never done this? We can do that.
Changing though with social media. It's the whole idea, mate. People now, only really now, can really see in like more than 4K. What's the next level up? But you can see they can see what they're missing out on.
Like a rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. It's like a test.
It goes like 720, 180, 4K, like a rabbit.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that one. But you can literally see what you're missing out on. And therefore...
No one's thinking about that.
But they are, though. I think women are.
No, real people are not.
Real people are like, I want to go to this place. I want to go experience that. Because I saw it on TikTok. It's like, I want to go like on a hot air balloon because I saw it on TikTok.
Cringe.
Is that? Yeah. It's like, I want to go to
It's
Italy.
not based at all.
I don't think girls are really based.
A girl's based. Girls are more based. Guys are in fairyland.
I think it might be the other way around.
Girls are in fairyland. Nah, dudes are in fairyland. For sure.
And boys are in fairyland?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, most girls just want to get asked out.
Mm.
Guys are like, no, I need 100 of us and I need us to bark at them through a fence. And then I need to, if I ever actually want to go out on a date with them, I need to be wearing a suit and have a Bugatti. 100%. Most girls are just like...
Yeah, guys are. That's a perfect point. I think there are a lot of men out there that are like, okay, I've watched Andrew Tate. When I finally get around to a woman, I'm going to be in a suit. And I'm going to have a multi-million-dollar business. And she's going to be very impressed. You
know what women need guys in suits?
Mm. Gay men?
Yeah. No, it's a crazy way to be. It's a crazy way to... Not many women are like... You know what? Actually, like, it was... I was, like, pushing a road case up, like, for like, a gig.
Yeah.
I was pushing that up the road the other day, this heavy motherfucking thing that I had to get into, like, a venue to play a gig.
Yes.
And as I was doing that, it was, like, broad daylight. There were these 3 people. It was, like, one dude who was, like, pec implants and, like lips done and everything.
Oh,
and these 2 women with like hair extensions and like fake tits and shit.
Yeah.
And like any normal person would see someone doing that and be like, all right, I'm going to give them right away. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And it was these people where it was just like,
okay,
kind of like looking out of the corner of their eye.
Yeah.
And it was just like a very humbling experience in the way that like, there are people in this world that are like, and I understand that's an extreme example, but they're living on another fucking planet where it just comes down to point of view and shit like that. Most people are not concerned with how they are perceived. They're not like, they're not doing equations where they're like, I'm more important, I need to walk through. Most people are like, I'm a nice person, I'll just like let this person's having a harder time than I am do their thing.
That's 100%. Yeah, even that idea of like perception, I don't think people really, the average person doesn't care how they're perceived to a certain extent. They're like, oh, I'm so much, they're only so much, like enough to potentially like shower and brush their teeth. Other than that, it's like, I'll just wear whatever I have.
Well, most people want to be attractive, but their idea of attractive is a lot more simple. And I would also argue from experience, you know, growing up with these people and being friends with these people, that's just like how they enjoy life. Mo money, mo problems. And then there are people with no money.
No problems.
Well, they're bringing their problems on themselves from thinking, I need mo money.
Interesting.
And they open their bag and they go, like, I got no money.
It's like the the J. Cole song.
Yeah.
That Mo Money. I think it's Mo Money. Basically talking about how money's the root of all these problems, or all the problems in the world.
Yeah, it's getting crazy. I mean, I don't really... It's alien, almost.
Right, the idea of striving to get more money.
That's fine, you know, but it comes down to security, not like, I need to be big pimping.
Yeah, I need to get on another level.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one.
Getting on another level, it's like, you know, it gets crazy at a certain point.
It does, and literally, I think, I don't even want to get into this, like, what is a communist idea, but the whole idea that most of the world's problems are because of people that don't know when enough is enough.
Yep, okay.
And it's literally like, I have $100 million. I need to have tens of billions of dollars now.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the way that doubles up. And it's like, I need more.
No, but even before that, we're just like, I don't know, most people want to chill. That's kind of the ideal. Like, most people are kind of content. And if you're not content with, like, enough, if you need more than enough, that's where it gets crazy. Most people don't give a fuck about being on a yacht. And then when they are on a yacht, it's like, wow, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm going to really soak this in. And if you don't want, like, a down-to-earth person or people to be around, it gets crazy.
It's an interesting, yeah. Do most people not want to be on a yacht? Or do you think that's slowly changing?
It's not a goal.
Maybe this is the whole idea. A lot of these, like the Andrew Tate archetype, is bring that idea back. Because I know maybe it literally was like it's a 20-year thing. I remember 20 years ago, I really wanted a red Ferrari in that like sort of Paris Hilton days. Cribs was all over MTV.
Actually, I'm speaking in broad strokes.
Yeah.
You know, I know people can be happy. Maybe some people are just not content with what they have, and that's also fine.
Yeah, I guess you can always like desire more. You can always look at stuff and find admiration in that and have that give you motivation.
Yeah, but it's pretty sweet where most people are. Where the vast majority of people are. The majority of people are doing bad.
Majority of people can't actually do the basics.
Yeah, but when they can, it's just like, yeah, froth out, bro.
I think, yeah, naturally, or does that take a certain mindset to be able to appreciate that? Because I know you definitely have that mindset of being very content. And
well, I'm striving, but like I don't need it.
Do you think that's more rare? Do you think most people are like miserable thinking that they're so far behind?
I feel like the majority of... I feel like maybe dudes have a bigger chip on their shoulder.
Yes.
And they're striving for something.
Yeah. I think it's necessary. I do think that's like...
Strive for something, have a passion and shit like that, but like you don't need like this to get that.
Or do you need to think that?
No.
In order to...
If you're thinking that it's not a real passion, you don't really care about it, and then you're never going to get that thing because this doesn't equal that. Yeah. It never does.
Yeah, that literally is like the age, like long, like issue.
Yeah.
Where like you get everything and you're still unhappy. But I don't know. This is very NPC territory in terms of this conversation.
Yeah. Maybe we should wrap it.
Yeah, should we wrap this?
Yeah, let's wrap this.
Let's
bad boy.
wrap this.
And on that
bad
note,
boy up. Good
thanks
night,
for listening,
folks.